Scott Salmond is the Senior VP for National Teams of Hockey Canada, and he joins us now to talk more about the Inclusion and Diversity virtual seminars that are taking place all this week for just about everyone involved in Hockey Canada. Scott, you've taken the seminar, so what can you tell us about it?
Well, it was outstanding. We mandated this seminar for all of our national team athletes and staff about 2 weeks ago. Monday, we kicked off the seminars with Tina Varughese, who is a specialist and a presenter in the area of diversity and inclusion. We had 111 athletes on our call on Monday. Very interactive, great conversation, great feedback from the survey at the end. A little bit of a different conversation yesterday with our staff, our coaches, our management, trainers, and Tina was fantastic with that group as well and got some great feedback from them. But at the end of the day, it's been great. I think it's been eye-opening. We've talked about unconscious bias and what that means and what that might look like in a hockey or a team setting, and just very, very well received from everyone involved.
Yeah, what was the initial reaction from the coaches and players when they learned they were going to go through this? And you mentioned feedback already. What specific feedback have you gotten?
Well, I think at first there was, I wouldn't say apprehension, but a little bit of the unknown. So I'm not sure exactly what the training was going to look like. And once they got into it and were engaged the way they were, and certainly when it was over, yesterday we had incredible feedback. And again, just more on the realization of maybe some of the discrimination that happens without even knowing some of the microaggressions that happen in our game. Some of the things that we just as leaders, as staff, need to be aware of so that we can create a more diverse and inclusive environment within our teams at Hockey Canada.
Yeah, well, we've all heard over the past year some former players coming out with some serious allegations of abuse and racism in hockey. So how important was it for Hockey Canada to take this step and make something like this mandatory for everyone involved?
Well, I think it's an important step, and I think it even started, prior to some of those discussions that you mentioned in regards to hockey. Our HR director, Denise Patton, has been working with our board and with our staff for probably the last year. And certainly as Black Lives Matter and the NHL Diversity Alliance became, more prominent, we certainly stepped up our process and wanted to ensure that before our players even became part of our virtual camps that will happen this summer, that we wanted to set the tone and have a discussion around diversity and inclusion. I think we've done a great job of being able to do that quickly, and it's only the beginning. Certainly a seminar or education is important, but how we live that, how that translates to our dressing rooms and onto the ice is really going to be the tell in regards to how successful we've been.
Yeah, nothing's going to change overnight, Scott, but what would you say to the people who are watching this, maybe thinking the culture in hockey might never change because current players, they might, out of fear, scared to speak out in fear of losing opportunity, that sort of thing. What would you say to them?
Well, I would first of all say that there's certainly been some issues that have been reported that don't look great for our game. We're committed through our chairman of the board, Michael Brendamore, through our CEO, Tom Renney, to make the game, not only with our national teams, but for everyone who plays, a safe environment. There is issues that happen in society. There's issues that happen in sport. We want to make sure that it's a safe environment if any of those issues do happen, that people can speak up and they can be addressed. But first and foremost, we need to educate. We need to get people involved, and we need to make a significant change. And one of the things that Tina said that really resonated with me, and I think is important, is diversity is who's on the team, and inclusion is who gets to play. And we really believe in hockey, everyone gets to play. It should be a safe place for everyone who wants to participate, and that's our mandate.
Yeah, so these seminars are taking place this week. What are the next steps for Hockey Canada? What's it going to look like going forward, Scott?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think we're all, dealing with what a virtual world looks like right now, and we've started this process through more of a keynote presentation. The next steps will be to get hands-on involved with our athletes and our staff in terms of workshops, the ability to be face-to-face and have some more discussions. I think clear expectations around the performance and behavior of our athletes and staff within our Hockey Canada environment. That starts with our leadership. and just continuing to speak to the importance of diversity inclusion, to make sure people are educated and aware, and really to have a top-down approach. We're talking about national team athletes that are leaders and role models in their club teams and in their communities, and we believe if we can start with them, certainly that can filter into communities and to the grassroots level. So that's our goal. Certainly limited at times in the virtual world, but committed through workshops and some hands-on training to continue to improve.
Good stuff. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate this, Scott.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. Thank you.